Cancer Exodia decks have kind of always been the rage. A lot of people are kind of always looking to waste kind of break Exodia. You know, Exodia is this fantastic card that says if you gather all 5 pieces of Exodia, you get to fucking Kamehameha your opponent to death. So, I think over time, a lot of people have been like, oh, what do I do with this deck? Like, do I play Toon Cannon, Soldiers, and things like that to kind of speed up the overall generalized process? And a few other things to that effect. We're going to be looking at Shawn Throckmorton's deck list. He sent this in. He was like, hey, Robbie, I've been having a lot of luck with this deck. It's been working out relatively well. In the grand scheme of things, I also have a game for you guys as well to kind of showcase what this deck does. Now, the first thing I'm going to say when looking at this, he does have the main deck Toon World over the Toon Blue Eyes. First thing I'm going to hear in my comment section is, no, you should have the Blue Eyes in the main just as additional fuel for the trade-ins. This looks like it's a player preference, and I'm not going to dog on it because it's been working out. Next up, one of the bigger consistency issues that I think people are also going to find is everyone in their mother triple library, because you want to draw the damn card, right? You would think you'd want to max out on that. No, that's not necessarily the case. It's going to be one of those things that once you see it, you're good to go, and you don't want to bog it down too much. So, I mean, you're playing with fire a little bit when you're messing with consistency ratios. Exactly on this effect, though, because it's a strange one. Because it's like, well, you want to increase your rates of drawing it, but once you have it, the other 2 copies are dead. So, effectively, only playing 1 additional copy to make sure that you can get it is basically what you want to see in this deck. So, once again, it is a Turbo-esque style Exodia deck. So, I mean, it's just one of those things to kind of understand. So, anyway, Exodia, the Forbidden One, he is your base win con. Once you've gathered all 5 pieces of Exodia, you win. And as I was saying, 2 copies of Royal Magical Library. Each time a spell counter is activated, place each time a spell card is activated, place a spell counter on this card. This card resolves, you can remove 3 spell counters from this card to draw 3 cards. Of course, you're playing the Deep Dragon Draw part of the Exodia deck, which is the White Stones of Legends. Once these goes, you know, you deck thin for Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes will eventually feed into the trade-ins. That's one of the cool things about Deep Dragon Draw as a concept, is these deck thin for these, and the entire deck needs you to be able to go turbo, draw. Without that style of concept for this deck, the concept falls short of what it needs to do. And by all means, I mean, you understand, like, mathematical ratios and things like that do apply to this. And then, of course, for the limbs, 1 left arm, 1 left leg, 1 right arm, and 1 right leg, of course. Now, we are playing the Broken Bamboo engine as well, so you have to get to a monster that you can equip this to. Hi, Royal Magical Library. And getting this onto that to kind of turn on the draw engine is what you're going to want. And as I was saying with the Deep Dragon Draw part of the deck, cards of consonants sending the White Stone. And the White Stone says when it's sent to the graveyard, recruit for the Blue Eyes. I mean, you literally turn 2 for 2s into a +1, which is not particularly bad. And this deck is also playing 1 copy of Double Summon. This is kind of cute, actually. I didn't actually think about this. This kind of allows you to turn that extra copy of Royal Magical Library into a plus. And if you can get that extra draw engine going a little bit, then you're in a much better position, I feel, right? Like, that's what you would think. So, particularly something interesting with the 1 extra double, or the 1 double summon at least. Now, the deck is playing triple golden bamboo sword. Remember, if you control that bamboo sword, this thing that gives 0 attack, you get to draw 2 cards. Probably one of the best secondary draw engines that any real deck has. Also playing triple Into the Void. Remember, if you have 3 more cards in your hand, you get to draw a card. And then during the end phase, you discard it all. Now, this was another interesting text. So, Endymion, every time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card after the spell card resolves. And if this face-up card be destroyed, you can remove counters. And then once per turn, if you would activate a card effect by removing spell counters from your field, you can remove that many spell counters from this card instead. This kind of grants you an additional draw for really no reason. And I definitely like this. Just extra counters for an additional draw card, especially when you're comboing along the way. Doesn't seem bad. And then, of course, triple magical mallet. Definitely one of the things I've heard from Shawn was this was probably one of the best cards that he made the decision to play at maximized numbers, just because he was like, mallet just came in handy so much. And we're also playing one day of peace. Like, you have no reason not to play this. One copy of duality. It's duality. Like, I know I've seen other people playing a couple copies of this. Honestly, one's only going to work for you because it's strictly once per turn. And I think that's the part that kind of blows about this card. Is the card is good, but at the end of the day, it's still like, you can only resolve one copy, so you may as well only play one. Of course, triple tune table of contents to search for Toon World. And then, of course, why should we not be playing triple trade-in? One of the best cards in our deck. That's what I was saying, like, you can kick this out for the other blue eyes if you really want. And then, of course, one Upstart Goblin. You do not care about life points. Only thing you care about is drawing cards. Now, when we do get that new draw card, the Banish 3 from the extra deck, it was almost like, should you consider it? No, because you can't draw extra cards. So, no, not worth it. Now, if there's anything in the extra deck you want to play, go for it. I don't think there's any reason because you're a turbo deck. Side deck's just additional cards that you might want to have access to, like Toon Blue Eyes, the one extra Royal Magical Library, triple Thunder Dragons just for the deck thinning, Flamvell Guard for the tuner, triple Dark World Dealings, depending on what you need. Same thing with Hand Destructions, an extra Endymion, of course, and then things like Shuffle Reborn to revive, and, Terraformings to kind of get you in to those Endymions, to kind of speed up what you're kind of looking at, just in terms for the deck. Now, I do have a game for you guys here. Alright, it's time to kind of look at what Deep Dragon Draw Exodia can fundamentally do as a deck. As you've seen, the deck is just maximum turbo draw value to kind of make sure that, oh, draw. Oh, look, all 5 pieces of Exodia. Hopefully, this game might show you potential skill trees to go down and overall things like that. And of course, we got the double summon with the Royal Magical Library, so we're going to get to start with the best scenario here, which will just be literally normal summon Royal Magical Library. Oh look, we get to start our combo now. Trade in, of course, coming down, discarding the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then he draws into Bamboo Sword and Toon World. So, double summon here, if he really needs to, can go on and activate, because this just creates a scenario. Toon World coming down as a spell. Alright, cool, we get to draw a card. Let's hope that the card that we draw actually turns our entire combo on, or you got a yikes from me. Alright, so, purging the counters from this to begin our draw engine. Okay, cool. Golden Bamboo Sword, so we have 32 cards left in deck. As long as we get to a tuner here. Okay, cool. So, Cards of Consonants, discarding this to get to draw 2 as we load up additional counters. We've gotten to a piece and a Cards of Consonants. So, at this stage, Stone is going to resolve, getting us a copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon from our deck to our hand. And then, of course, double summon activating, just so we can get more draw power. Into the Void, Mallet, go for 4. We've drawn into fun stuff. Alright, Toon Table. Hey, just extra counters, like, no reason not to do it. Another Blue Eyes coming to our hand. Trading in, we're down to 17 cards in deck. Malleting away for full extra new cards. Into the Void. Endymion's going to get us that additional draw card here, as I was talking about earlier. Actually, it's really cute what Endymion actually does for this deck. Oh, man. Stone. No targets are left. One day. I think we win at this point. Yep, and that's all she wrote. So, what you end up seeing here is that Endymion kind of extra extends your plays, and that's why I understand now why he was going towards the double Royal Magical Library, because 3 is just too inconsistent for you want to try to put that pressure on your opponent. And as you see at this stage, he was trying 3, but for all intents and purposes, it's been cut. Just because, like I said, too inconsistent, it seems. It's almost a really weird one. But I definitely, the concept of Deep Dragon Draw Exodia is almost as ancient as time itself in this game. And it's kind of cool getting the chance to see how the deck has evolved with the sands of time and just the little things like that. So, guys, what do you think about this deck? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about Shawn's crazy deck idea. I definitely like seeing Exodia show back up into the game because it keeps things fresh. Alright, guys, I'm out. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.